Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. Returning subscribers, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. They did a short story about Rashad Trice, the guy that supposedly kidnapped and killed Winter Smith, 2-year-old Winter Smith. It's in all the news right now. And there's a news clip that talked about his criminal past. And we all know that this guy is no angel. And some of the stuff they said about him, you know, in his criminal past history and his history of violence, both with Winter Smith's mother and when he wasn't around her, speaks volumes of who this guy is. And honestly, he shouldn't have been on the street or around Winter Smith or any child for that matter. Guys, I want you to take a look at this, and we'll come back and talk about it real quick. Check this out.
All right, well, the man accused of kidnapping little Winter refused to cooperate with police as they desperately searched for the toddler.
And it is not the first time he's been at odds with law enforcement. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joining us now with a look at Rashad Trice's criminal history. Heather.
Well, Carolyn and Mike, when all of this happened earlier this week, Rashad Trice was already on probation for fleeing and obstructing police in 2021. In fact, records show he's obstructed and fought police at least 5 times in the last 2 years.
The man who sparked a massive police search for 2-year-old Winter Cole Smith is no stranger to law enforcement. Police and FBI agents say Rashad Malik Trice assaulted Winter's mother in Lansing on Sunday, then fled with Winter. The child was found dead in Detroit last night. Court records uncovered by the 7 investigators show Trice had been in and out of jail several times since 2021. The 26-year-old has a lengthy criminal record that includes multiple charges of fleeing and obstructing police and assault.
We want them charged heavily, but we want those charges to stick this time.
Sharon Eddings is Winter's grandmother. In the midst of her family's heartbreak, she's calling on judges and even the highest leaders in our state to do more to keep violent offenders locked up.
We all feel and agree he should have never been out on the streets, and this would have never happened. So we are calling on the governor to help us and pass some law.
Court records from Monroe in May of 2021 show Trice was sentenced to 224 days after facing charges for resisting police and domestic violence. The victim listed in that case is the mother of Winter. Just days after he was arrested in Monroe, Michigan State Police arrested Trice near Lansing once again for obstructing police. He pleaded guilty in both cases. Then, 3 months later, records show state police from the Brighton Post arrested Trice again for similar charges. He was sentenced to a year in jail and probation, and that's the case the Michigan Department of Corrections was currently supervising him for as part of his probation. MDOC officials tell us Trice had checked in as required in June and was not due for another meeting with his probation officer until mid-July. Now that Trice is facing several kidnapping and assault charges with even more expected, Winter's grandmother wants the courts to show no mercy.
If you don't appreciate your second chance, I don't. And you shouldn't, to me, you shouldn't get any more. Because we see that when you give these people second chances, they are going back for more. So something needs to be done so they understand that you're not going to keep doing this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's his rap sheet. And I want you to take a look at this picture right here. This is the picture everybody uses in their stories and shows what he looks like. That's what he used to look like. I guess some time has passed. And I want you to look at this picture right here. This was taken in the hospital just a couple of days ago after his capture. That's what he looks like. This dude right here looks demonic. Like he's full of evil. If that's the look he gave them when they asked him questions like I'm not answering with time ticking on that clock, whereas they couldn't find that girl and he wouldn't cooperate, I'd have got answers out of him. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I would have took that smug attitude like what you gonna do, that look on his face, I'd have fixed that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys out there that listen to me would have done that too. But I mean, the law is the law. But listen, this guy shouldn't have been around kids, let alone having one. Think about it. Let's go down the line. Said he'd been on probation since 2021. May 24th, 2021, he was arrested for resisting arrest and domestic abuse on this same chick, which is Winner's mom. Now, this is prior to her, I guess, being pregnant because the baby's 1 year old. Why would you deal with a guy that you got to go through so much strain with and then have a baby by him? That's my thing. It's like time to... This guy's been documented as fighting police 5 times in the last 2 years. Ain't he on probation? How is he still out from that? You fought police 5 times in the last 2 years. You've been on probation since 2021, 2023, damn near 3/4 of the way over. I don't understand, man. When you're dealing with certain type of dudes, you know, a lot of women say, you know, go for the bad guy or something. Look what happened. This dude is a straight up demon, over the top. No regard. If he beating on you and no respect for police and authority and stuff like that, I know he been beating on you in front of that girl. Before you had that baby, he probably was beating on him when she had the baby in him. Because people like this are unscrupulous. They have no morals. They want to dominate and have it their way. And if you don't give them their way, you either get cussed out or you get fought on. This guy is a cookie cutter asshole. Right off the mold. Silly. Straight up menace to society. Man. I mean, we're not even going to talk about what he did, but this was a buildup and she's seen this. Now, if she did try to pull the plug on a relationship, but the longevity, and this is the thing I want you to understand, the longer you're with somebody, the harder it is for somebody to let go. I don't know how long they've been broke up, guys, but I guarantee you this piece of shit right here probably thought they were still in a relationship and was one of them dudes that I better not see no man around my kid, or I better not see no man in your house. He probably still was popping up over there like he thought he'd run the joint. Had no car, took her car. Typical bum shit. You're a grown ass man, but you're still doing kid shit. Can't control their emotions. Fighting the police, can't take simply eluding the police, fleeing, stupid shit. This guy is a detriment to himself even. Never thought about his kid, never thought about her kid, which is self-evident. They exist in their own universe, and anything that goes against them is wrong, and they can't never reflect on if something is their fault. No accountability at all. I hope they fry this motherfucking fish grease. I'm Stock Market Steve. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Damn shame.